Get ready for the Magic Valley Prepcast on IdahoSports.com.
Hey, what's going on? And welcome in the Magic Valley Prepcast on IdahoSports.com, where we bring you the biggest stories from District 4 in the heart of the Magic Valley. Most weeks in, most weeks out here on IdahoSports.com. Hey, I'm Brandon Baney. Normally, we're joined by Scott Burton, my cohort and Magic Valley expert, but Scott's been a busy guy the last couple of weeks. And so we missed last week's show. We're going to miss this week's show again, but I wanted to come on and assure all of our Magic Valley Prepcast followers that, hey, the podcast isn't going anywhere. We're just in a busy time of year. And so specifically for Scott, he is the athletic director at Jerome High School. Jerome is hosting this week the state speech tournament for the entire state of Idaho. And Scott is not only the athletic director at Jerome, but he's also the coach of Jerome's speech team. And a pretty good one at that, like over 20 state titles and counting. So between district speech last week and state speech this week, Scott has been just almost impossible to nail down. And so we totally understand, but we will be back next week with a proper edition of the Magic Valley Prepcast. And what is on the agenda? Well, we're going to highlight a couple of no-hitters that happened on the baseball diamond. This happened like 3 weeks ago now, but we still feel like it's worthy of attention. So some no-hitters being thrown in baseball, a special softball doubleheader between Mountain Home and Jerome. It's actually happening today in Mountain Home with a special message. It kind of dovetailing off of Scott's thoughts the last time we did the show about mental health and mental health awareness. Mountain Home is doing something called the YAM movement. YAM stands for You Are More. And so they are having a YAM doubleheader, the Mountain Home softball team with Jerome today. We will have a full story on that on next week's show. We'll talk to Scott about what happened at state speech that Jerome is hosting this week. Also, the IHSAA just had its most recent board meeting, and there was a lot of good stuff to talk about there. Scott's an athletic director. We'll ask him about everything that happened at the IHSAA board meeting. And on a Magic Valley Prepcast note, it'll be episode number 100 in the show's history. Yes, so episode number 100 extravaganza of the Magic Valley Prepcast coming your way next week with all sorts of great Magic Valley stories that we will bring to you chock full. Back to the normal schedule next week with Scott Burton. So just wanted to give a quick update on, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Are you guys still doing the show? Yes, we are. Just a really busy time of year for Scott. So we will be back next week with a thicker, more fuller edition of the Magic Valley Prepcast. But thank you for tuning into this quick update. I'm Brandon Baney. Enjoy the competition in the Magic Valley this weekend. Glens Ferry hosting the Wood Bat Tournament and the softball tournament. A lot of 2A, 1A teams coming to Glens Ferry this weekend, and Wendell a little bit as well. A lot of good tennis action, track and field. Enjoy the competition this weekend. Travel safe, and we will see you back here next week for a full edition of the Magic Valley Prepcast on IdahoSports.com.